The reason why I think, or I thought Arsenal was going to win the league from the beginning of the season, see, for like 2, 3 seasons ago, I've been saying I want Arsenal to win the league, and they failed to win the league. But this season, I said they were going to win the league, and they did. The reason is simple. Arsenal have the best squad. I'm not talking about 11 right now. See, the only team that I've seen that won the league with their best 11, not even Leicester in 2016. In the last 2 decades, it has been Liverpool last season. Liverpool basically didn't have a bench. There was no replacement for Konate. There was no replacement for Virgil van Dijk. There was no replacement for Trent Alexander-Arnold. But then they still won the league just because Mohamed Salah. That's why I regard Salah as one of the greatest players ever in the Premier League. And it took them to win the league, scoring goals back to back, creating goals and doing all sorts. And they won the league. That's the only team that I can say that won the league without having a bench. Pep Guardiola have always had a bench. In fact, he'll buy summer, buy January, buy summer, buy January, replace, chop and change. He always has the money. He always has the money to buy players and win. But you see this Arsenal team, they also have followed in that because they have a very rich squad. I mean, how can you in the midfield, Mikel Arteta can pick from different sectors? In fact, this season he was even playing Skelly in the midfield because Skelly is actually a midfielder. But then he can play on the left back. Looking at the goalkeeper, I analyzed it from the beginning of the season. They had Kepa Arrizabalaga, who, I mean, you can criticize him all you want, but he's one of the greatest, I mean, one of the best goalkeepers we have, probably second goalkeeper we have right now, and he did well last season at Bournemouth. Then you have David Raya, the best in the Premier League so far, and one of the best in the world. You have Gabriel Magalhaes, you have Saliba, you have Nkapi, you have, what's his name, Mosquera, they just have players everywhere. You have Ben White, you have Timber, you have Calafiori, you have Skelly that can play there in the midfield. They are stacked up with, Norgard that's not even playing. They've got Merino, they've got Declan Rice, they've got Odegaard, Eze. They just Zubimendi, so many players in the midfield. Odegaard. Then moving forward, come on, man, they've got players. Saka, they got what's his name? There's Dolman, and they got this guy Madueke. On the left, they got Martinelli and Trossard. Up front, they've got Havertz, they've got Gabriel Jesus, they got Gyökeres. They were stacked up. So why wouldn't they win the league? If they hadn't won the league, it would have been one of the biggest bottling of Arsenal in history. And they won it at the end of the day, even though they scoffed and everything. I knew they were going to win this league, and that was what happened. So I'm not so surprised, but then I'm happy for them. And I knew they were going to do it at the end of the day because City tried, but Arsenal came forth at the end of the day. So for me, that's it. I can't wait to see the Champions League final. Let's see how it goes.